first 3 episodes of The Traitors dropped, and I have so many thoughts. Let's start with who the traitors are. So, we have Danielle Reyes, we have Bob the Drag Queen, and we have Carolyn Weiger. If you watched my videos on my preseason thoughts, you know that I kind of called 2 out of the 3. So for Bob the Drag Queen, I said that I really thought production might make him a traitor because they would want to avoid a potential peppermint situation again. I also said that I thought that people for RuPaul's have a lot of potential to do really well on the traitors and bring us a lot of entertainment. Now, after watching last night's episodes, I do feel like Bob the Drag Queen is bringing us entertainment, but I do not feel that he is the best traitor. Please don't come for me. I'm just going off of the fact that he's already been found out. And not only has he already sort of been found out, he also is way too dominant in the traitor secret meetings. Bob and Carolyn both have really strong personalities in those traitors meetings, and I just don't know how that is going to mesh very well moving forward. Speaking of Carolyn, let's talk about Carolyn. She's the one I didn't call. I'm pretty sure I said that there's absolutely no chance in hell that she's going to be a traitor, and if they do make her a traitor, it's going to be chaotic. Well, I guess I was kind of right, because it's going to be chaotic, and it already is. This is not going to go well for Carolyn. I think that Carolyn mixed with Bob the Drag Queen is just too much chaos in those traitor meetings. I really don't see how the 2 of them are going to push past this. Fortunately for Carolyn, people aren't suspecting her as a traitor, and it's probably because, like, who the hell would cast Carolyn Weiger as a traitor? You know, like, if I put myself in the shoes of the rest of the cast that's in that castle, I would not be looking at Carolyn at all. Now, the other one I called is Danielle Reyes. So, I called Danielle Reyes because I really felt as though she is a Black Widow, she is a traitor at heart, and also because of the Brittany Haynes, Danielle Reyes situation, I felt that production would want this storyline to continue. I said that Danielle Reyes would be an excellent traitor, but unfortunately, I don't think she is. I thought she was the first episode, but towards the end of the second and on into the 3rd episode, I'm starting to get really worried about Danielle. Jeremy Collins is 100% on her back. And even Boston Rob, who we're going to get to in a second, is talking about how he doesn't know how long she's going to last as a traitor because her acting skills are not that great. She's talking too much. I don't think Danielle's game is over. I do think she can redeem herself. I just think she needs to pivot and make sure that she's making really good and strategic moves, which she has the full capacity to do so. Okay, now let's talk about Boston Rob. So Boston Rob did get to come into the castle. At the beginning, when no one shook Alan's hand, when they took Boston Rob away, I said to myself, we're not done seeing Boston Rob. They would not bring that twist out with someone like Boston Rob in order to be like, okay, sorry, no one let you in this castle, sorry. It just wouldn't happen. So here we are, we have Boston Rob now, and Alan has of course made him a traitor, which I'm going to assume he always is going to be a traitor. Alan was like, oh, because they didn't let you in, now you get to be a traitor. He was always going to be a traitor. Whether or not someone shook Alan's hand and let him in the castle or not, Alan, I believe, always was going to be tapping Boston Rob on the shoulder. How do I think he's going to be as a traitor? Well, apparently, out of the 4 of them, Boston Rob's the only one that has any wits about him right now because he's the only one that hasn't been caught. And I hate saying that because I really thought Boston Rob would be terrible at this game. I do think he still has potential. I do think whenever Tony looked at him and said that he's a sellout, that might be something moving forward that sticks in everyone's brains. And I can't figure out exactly why Jeremy said that he's a sellout. I don't know if Jeremy suspected him as a potential traitor and so he wanted to point eyes at him, or if he's just saying it because Boston Rob threw him under the bus at the round table and Jeremy feels like that's his opportunity that was Boston Rob's opportunity to get him out easily. But nonetheless, those are my thoughts on our 4 traitors that we have this season. I have a lot more thoughts coming, so stay tuned.